Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the dramatic, tangled, and tragic world of the Nollywood movie Farmer's Bride. This isn't your typical love story. It's a gripping tale about a young woman's shattered dreams, a forbidden affair that turns deadly, and the devastating consequences that follow when traditions, secrets, and desperation collide. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's break down the story of The Farmer's Bride. We open on what should be a joyous day, a wedding. But for our main character, Funmi, it's anything but. We see her in tears, begging her mother not to make her go through with it. You see, Funmi has dreams. She wants to go to school, to make something of herself. But her mother is having none of it. She scoffs at the idea, pointing to the unmarried local teacher, Miss Labake, as a cautionary tale of what happens to educated women. For her mother, this marriage is a golden ticket, a formality that secures Funmi's future with a wealthy, older farmer. Funmi's pleas that she doesn't know the man, that he's old, fall on deaf ears. She is trapped, and her day of joy is actually the beginning of her nightmare. She is presented to her new husband's family, who call her our dear wife and graceful wife. They immediately give her a concoction to drink, telling her it will help her conceive easily, showing exactly what is expected of her in this new life. Her new husband is a man named Odun, also known as Baba Odun. He's an older man, respected in the village, not just as a farmer, but as a great storyteller. He seems kind enough, but Funmi is cold and distant. In a powerful scene, she tells him, "When I was forced to marry you, I thought I was marrying a farmer. I wasn't told you are Hubert Ogunde, the theatrical legend." It's clear she feels deceived and utterly powerless. Just as Funmi is trying to adjust to her bleak new reality, a new character arrives and completely changes the dynamic. It's Femi, Baba Odun's nephew. Femi is returning from the city, and he brings his own drama with him. He announces to his mother, Morenike, that he's quitting his higher education with only 2 years left. Her mother is devastated. She had dreams of him getting a good job in the city. But Femi has a different passion. He wants to be a wood carver, just like his late father. This decision causes a huge rift between him and his mother, who sees it as a waste and a source of shame. Femi also has a girlfriend, a young woman named Banke. They share a sweet reunion, and it's clear they have a deep connection. But the most pivotal meeting is between Femi and Funmi. He walks in and finds her in the house, initially not realizing who she is. "You are my uncle's new wife," he says, and you can immediately feel the tension and a spark of something between them. As time passes, Femi and Funmi find themselves drawn to each other. They are two people trapped in lives they didn't choose, and they find solace in one another. Their secret glances turn into clandestine meetings on the farm. Their shared unhappiness blossoms into a full-blown, forbidden affair. They know it's wrong, she is his uncle's wife, but they can't stay away from each other. To complicate things further, Femi's girlfriend Banke gets a life-changing opportunity to become an international model. She decides to leave the village for good. In a heartbreaking conversation, she tells Femi that their paths are too different now. An international model can't be with a local woodcarver. With Banke gone, the path is clear for Femi and Funmi's affair to deepen. And this is where the story takes a dark and irreversible turn. Funmi discovers she is pregnant, and the baby is Femi's. Panic sets in. In their small, traditional village, this secret would not only bring shame, but could have deadly consequences. We see a scene of a village ritual where a woman accused of infidelity has to prove her child's paternity or risk being burned alive. The stakes are incredibly high. In a moment of sheer desperation, Funmi utters the unthinkable. They have to kill Odun. Femi is horrified. "We can't kill him," he pleads. But Funmi is terrified and sees no other way out. The weight of their secret and the fear of being discovered push them to do the unimaginable. They poison the kind, unsuspecting old farmer. We see a gut-wrenching scene where Odun collapses and dies in front of his farm workers. The guilt is immediate and overwhelming. "We have killed him," Funmi whispers in horror. "He was innocent." With Odun dead, the village elders gather to decide the fate of his property and his young widow. According to their custom, since Odun had no son, his nephew Femi is his rightful heir. The elders then ask Funmi if she will return to her people or remain with them. This is her moment. Playing the part of the grieving widow, Funmi delivers a masterful performance. She tells the elders that she truly loved her husband, and in a shocking announcement, reveals that she is pregnant with his child. She declares that she wants to raise her husband's child in his own house. The elders are pleased. The focus then shifts to Femi. He agrees to take responsibility not just for his uncle's child, but for his wife as well. He declares he will marry Funmi. Their plan has worked perfectly. They have managed to cover up both a murder and an affair by hiding behind tradition. But there's one person who is not celebrating: Femi's mother, Moranikaji. She is absolutely furious. She forbids Femi from marrying Funmi, calling the tradition terrible and old. This leads to a massive, explosive argument. Femi accuses his mother of loving his uncle Odun more than she ever loved his own father, Adigun. The fight escalates until his mother, in a fit of rage, screams at him, "You are a bastard." This shocking revelation hints at a much deeper, darker family secret, but it's quickly brushed aside as Femi proceeds with the marriage with or without his mother's blessing. So, Femi and Funmi are finally married, but if you thought they were going to live happily ever after, you are mistaken. Their new life is built on a foundation of lies, murder, and guilt, and the cracks start to show almost immediately. Femi's mother, Moranikeji, is a constant, haunting presence. Her grief over Odun is intense, almost like that of a widow herself, and she treats Funmi with icy contempt. She tells Funmi that the only thing connecting them is the child in her womb. And then, just when things couldn't get more complicated, Banke returns. She's back in the village for her grandfather's funeral, looking every bit the successful city girl. The old spark between Femi and Banke is instantly rekindled, and Femi, a man now trapped in a loveless marriage born from a terrible secret, doesn't hesitate. He cheats on his pregnant wife Funmi with his old flame Banke. Funmi of course finds out, and the household erupts into chaos. The situation gets so bad that Funmi's own mother has to intervene, leading to a nasty confrontation between the two mother-in-laws. Fed up and desperate to regain control, Funmi and her mother visit a herbalist to get a love charm to use on Femi. The herbalist gives them a potent charm, but with a stark warning: do not use it if you don't truly love the man. Blinded by jealousy and desperation, Funmi ignores the warning. She puts the charm in Femi's food. But the effect isn't what she expected. Femi doesn't fall helplessly in love with her. Instead, he has a violent, terrifying reaction. He begins to convulse, screaming that he doesn't want to die, tormented by visions and his crushing guilt. The charm didn't create love. It unleashed the madness that was festering just beneath the surface. The movie ends on an incredibly tragic note. Funmi has lost everything. She is trapped in a house with a husband who has descended into madness, haunted by the ghost of the man they murdered. Her desperate attempt to secure love and control has only led to more destruction. She is pregnant, alone, and her future is as dark and uncertain as the secrets she tried so hard to bury. Farmer's Bride is a powerful cautionary tale about the ripple effect of our choices. A young woman's stolen dream of an education leads to a forced marriage, which sparks a forbidden affair. That affair leads to a secret pregnancy, which leads to a desperate murder. The murder is then covered by a marriage built on lies, which ultimately crumbles under the weight of guilt and betrayal, ending in madness and despair. It's a tragic cycle where every single character loses. And that's a wrap on the heartbreaking story of The Farmer's Bride. What a roller coaster of drama and tragedy. What did you guys think? Was Funmi a victim of her circumstances, or did she become the villain of her own story? And what do you think was the secret behind Femi's mother and her intense connection to O'Doone? Let me know all your theories and thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this recap and want to see more Nollywood deep dives, do me a huge favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.